Hey new bodies, I'm back here again for episode 6. I'm taking a little break from the series we're doing on our 10 principles to do a video that was requested by one of our Twitter followers. So it's Jessley is me, this one came from you. The question is, what do we do with all these things you should do and shouldn't do and all the conflicting information, and how do you make sense of it all? And specifically she's talking about the kind of advice you see out there that says don't eat meat, and then 3 seconds later you see something that says only eat meat, and then you see, you have to work out for X minutes, and then don't ever work out for that many minutes, and drink a ton of water, and don't drink any water. Stay away from carbs, carb load, all these different things that are like, do this, don't do that, and it's the same exact action, but one person's telling you have to do it, and the other one's telling you if you do it, you're gonna, gain a ton of weight, or never be healthy, or die, or whatever. And how do you make sense of all that? It really is a lot to take in. And if you notice, I don't tend to work that way, and I think that's for a good reason. It's because those approaches tend to be kind of fanatical, tend to be kind of spur of the moment, and it may be a little fad-based, and also usually it's tied to someone trying to sell you something. That doesn't really appeal to me. I want something that's real and endures, and most importantly, something you can stick with for your life. I don't believe in fads, I don't believe in diets. I think the word diet to most Americans even means like a shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, and sensible dinner. That's not what diet really means. Diet is what you eat day in, day out. It's just your regular food intake, and it needs to be well-rounded, and it needs to be something that can persist through time. Not something you're going to do for a week and then fall off the wagon, or look good for that one event and then immediately go back to your old ways and gain weight back or be unhealthy. So all of these things are so extreme. You must do this in this exact way, or if you do this in that exact way, you're ruining everything. Those are all fads. They're all extreme. They're not going to persist. You need to find something that's balanced. You need to find something that's sane, something that you can keep doing through time. So Jessley is me. I can't tell you that, you should only be drinking water, you should only eat kale, or you should only be working out for 37.2 minutes, or whatever the fad thing is that you're seeing, and then seeing someone tell you exactly not to do that. But what I can tell you is find something that you can do. Find something that's balanced. Go back through our earlier videos when I talk about motivation, and I talk about finding the thing that you actually enjoy doing, so it's not a chore, so it's not someone else making you do it, but actually you choosing to do it. So there is no magic answer to any of these conflicting pieces of information or recommendations you're getting. You have to find it from within yourself. Figure out what makes sense for you, something that's healthy, something that will push you and drive you to success in health and fitness and your life as a whole, but it's got to be rational and sane. So personally, I do drink a lot of water. I do try to avoid carbohydrates. I do eat a lot of protein. I eat a lot of vegetables as well, and I tend to generally avoid sugar, specifically within carbs. Sugar and starch is what I really try to stay away from, and that means I don't tend to eat fruit. But if I'm going to have sugar, it's probably just going to be fruit. I stay away from sweets or potatoes that are really starchy, pasta, things like that. That's what works for me. I see it work for a lot of people. That doesn't mean it's for everyone, and if you can't sustain that, then it's not going to be any good for you. So you need to look at yourself, you need to look at what you're doing that you can keep doing, you need to look at things you can tweak that will help you out, and then find the path forward. I'm happy to help anyone who wants to talk through any of that and see what works best for them and where we can make some minor adjustments to really help you get on that path. But otherwise, you got to figure it out for yourself, and you need to find something that you're going to stick with because it's natural, and it's the real meaning of diet, and not sort of a fad or momentary thing that you can stick with for a few days and then it's just not sustainable. That's how you enlighten your body.